Can I get a scholarship without IELTS? Welcome back. You're just in time for something awesome today. We learn can I get a scholarship without IELTS? And before dive in, if you need good help into more understanding about it and need a genius writer, a brainy tutor, or a data analyst, Intudo4U has them all. It's like having a research dream team on demand. So visit it right now. And if you are new here, then subscribe now for more amazing video just like that.
So you're dreaming of studying abroad with a fully funded scholarship, right? But then you hit that big, expensive, and honestly, kind of stressful wall, the IELTS exam. But what if I told you there's a way around it? Let's get into how.
For so many talented people, this one single test feels like the final gatekeeper, the one thing standing in the way. But is it really? Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can prove your English skills. And a lot of the time, it's without ever having to book that IELTS test.
And let's be real, the frustration is totally valid. The fees alone could be a huge burden. Then you've got to spend months prepping for it. The pressure is just immense. And after all that, you have to wait for what feels like forever to get your results. It's a lot. But the good news is there are other ways.
That's right. A whole world of alternatives is out there. Proving your English proficiency isn't just a one-way street. There are other paths you can take, and today we are going to explore them together.
It really just boils down to two main pathways. First, you've got other standardized tests that can be way cheaper and faster. And second, you have waivers and special certificates which, well, they might just let you skip a standardized test completely. So let's dive into that first pathway, the alternative tests. You know, a lot of these are gaining huge acceptance all over the world, and they offer some pretty serious perks over the traditional options.
Let's just start with the price tag. The Duolingo English test, it's just $49. Now, compare that to over $200 for tests like the TOEFL or IELTS. Yeah, the savings are pretty massive.
If you find any stressed about its understanding, just explore Intudo4U for personalized guidance and support on your journey. Our expert guides are here to help you every step of the way. Just visit and start your path to success.
And then there's the speed. This is another huge plus. You could be waiting up to 2 weeks for your IELTS results to come in. With the Duolingo English test, you get your score back within 48 hours. I mean, for anyone on a tight application deadline, that is a total game changer.
So let's look at this breakdown. The TOEFL and the PTE are pretty similar in cost to the IELTS, though you'll notice the PTE is a lot shorter. But the Duolingo English test, the DET, it just completely stands out. $49, it's only about an hour long, you get your results in 2 days, and it is accepted by over 5,000 institutions.
Okay, now for our second pathway. This is what one source calls the hidden gem for scholarship applicants, and honestly, for very good reason. It's the Medium of Instruction Certificate, or MOI for short.
So what the heck is it? It's really simple. It's just an official letter from your last university, and it states that your whole degree program, we're talking all the lectures, the exams, the coursework, was done completely in English. Basically, it's your own university vouching for your language skills.
And this is typically what one looks like. See? It's a really straightforward document. It's on official university letterhead, it has a signature and a seal, and it just certifies that your degree was taught in English. It's simple, but it is incredibly powerful.
And don't think for a second this is just for some obscure programs. We're talking about major, prestigious, fully funded scholarships here. The Turkey Bourslary, China's CSC Scholarship, Japan's MEXT, Germany's DAD, and the Malaysian International Scholarship. They all accept an MOI certificate as proof. This is a totally legitimate and widely accepted alternative.
All right, so we've seen some amazing alternatives. I know, it sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, this is where we need to pump the brakes for a second and have a crucial reality check. Before you just toss out your IELTS prep books, there are some things you absolutely have to know.
Let's start with the good news. And this comes straight from an actual admissions committee member on Reddit. They confirmed it. If your English taught degree checks the box for them, they really don't care if you also have an IELTS score. For them, it's just about making sure your English is good enough, and an MOI can do that just fine. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? This is not a universal rule. What works for one university might be a total non-starter for another. You just can't make any assumptions. Honestly, this is probably the most important piece of advice you're going to get today. As another Reddit user points out, you have to check the requirements for each specific program you're applying to. They will spell out their rules and exactly when an IELTS can be waived. It is 100% on you to do that research.
Okay, now here's where things get even more complicated. So, let's say your degree was taught in English. Does the admissions committee care where you earned that degree? The answer is, well, sometimes yeah, they do.
And here's the tough reality of it. Some committee members straight up admit they're skeptical of degrees from certain countries. They worry about things like rate inflation or whether the program was really taught in English. Some universities even have these explicit lists of countries that automatically get a waiver. So yeah, your citizenship and where you went to school can definitely play a role.
Okay, Final reality check, and this one is so critical. Let's say your dream university accepts your Duolingo score or your MOI. You get the acceptance letter. You're celebrating, but hold on. You are not done. Getting into the university and getting the student visa are two totally separate processes, and they can have different requirements.
And this is exactly where things can get tricky. Look at the US, Canada, and Ireland. If your university accepts the Duolingo test, the visa office is generally cool with it too. But then, look at Australia. A lot of universities there accept the DET, but the Australian government typically does not accept at-home tests for visa applications. This is the perfect example of why you have to check both sets of rules.
So this means you have to be strategic. Here's your action plan. Step 1, list out your dream schools. Step 2, go to the admissions page for every single one and find their exact policies. And step 3, check the official government visa website for that country to verify their requirements. You can't take any shortcuts here.
And that really brings us to the end.
Thanks for watching.